No next-gen publisher is complete without a driving sim to showcase shiny bonnets, detailed interiors, customizable upgrades, and now gigantic open worlds. Apparently. In Ubisoft's E3 onslaught of mysterious but exciting new IPs, the Ivory Tower's The Crew is often wrongly overlooked. If you think it bears a striking resemblance to the Xbox 360 groundbreaking Test Drive Unlimited, then you'd be right. Ivory Tower was formed from the ashes of Atari-owned Eden Games. At the time, the massive world of the driving sim and the seamless online experience rev reviewers' engines, and it looks like The Crew is doing the same with an even more massive world and an even more seamless online experience. With a little help from industry legends Ubisoft Reflections, creators of the mostly sublime Driver series, the somewhat stale nature of Test Drive's Unlimited simulation is being transformed into a high-octane arcade racer in the form of The Crew. Now, the game is continuously being iterated on, and the gargantuan map is still well and truly under construction, but here are the few drops of gasoline that Ubisoft have spilled for all to see. The term idealized America might be a little offensive to rural dwellers, but when they say this, they really mean a coast-to-coast recreation of the United States, with all the expanses of nothingness cut out, to provide end-on-end city racing action. If anyone remembers the 2009 race of Fuel, which holds a Guinness World Record for the largest playable game area, you'll realise that there is such a thing as a world that's too big, especially if it's procedurally generated. The Crew isn't like this. The whole thing has been bespokely designed, including recreations of New York, Los Angeles, Miami, Chicago, and Las Vegas. In fact, the New York in the game is said to be as big as Liberty City from Grand Theft Auto 4. It spans 5,000 kilometers and it'll take you about an hour and a half to drive across by road, and 2.5 hours if you're going across the desert. Unlike the barren ghost towns of the Burnout series, The Crew actually has gormless pedestrians careless enough to walk out in front of a car without looking, but there's no blood and guts here. Go to Dead Rising 3 if you want that. But this open world isn't just a series of races for you to tackle in any order. Starting in Detroit, a series of missions will take you around the 5 miniature states. It'll take you about 20 hours in total. Now, this is quite long for a console game, but The Crew is being pitched as an MMO, so 20 hours until the end game is pretty brief. But Ivory Tower say they are planning to support the game with more objectives and challenges after launch. In addition to classic Need for Speed style street races, there will also be checkpointless point-to-point races, takedown missions where you have to total a high-speed target, follow missions where you're staying inside a certain racing line, and ghost missions where you asymmetrically race against another player. But all of that is leaving out a big part of the Crew experience: the seamless online multiplayer. As seen in the gigantic map, The Crew is a genuine MMO, and the map is covered with lovely and not so lovely gamertag mugshots. You'll be meeting people constantly on the streets, and you can contact them on the fly via an in-game menu. But don't worry, Ubisoft have said that they are addressing the issue of griefers and trolls that will try to cause more T-bones than a discount butchery. Your Xbox Live and PlayStation friends will act as notches on the leaderboard, and they'll show up in the UI. Now, from your friends you can create a crew of 4 people, or you and 3 others, and you can tackle all the missions mentioned earlier in co-op. But of course there'll be balance for difficulty. In the demo we saw 4 players with very differently spec'd cars in different parts of the country. But when one player requested help, they could all instantly transport to him with fast travel. Doing well in co-op missions might attract the attention of a rival crew, and then we've seen a glimpse of what this confrontation might entail. In an interview, creative director Julian Garrity said he missed games like Need for Speed Underground and Underground 2, which had a heavy emphasis on performance and aesthetic upgrades. But the team are also focused on bringing an RPG-style experience to this MMO, to the point that they've got 3 car classes: street racing, off-road, and circuit. By completing missions on your own or with friends, you'll earn experience, cash, and parts. Now you'll be able to level up your alias, save up to purchase your dream car, or buy performance upgrades. And this all happens in the HQ, a magical car tuning warehouse where the rules of physics don't apply. After exploding your vehicle into tiny pieces, you'll be able to tweak 19 individual components for better handling, endurance, boosts, and so on. And it can all be controlled by a tablet app. I mean, they've got to put one in somewhere, right? Parts you win or buy won't be giftable to friends, but they can be sold back into an open economy, so you can get some extra cash for that FAV1 replica we're all saving up for. Or is that just me? So while you might get slightly aroused by the interiors and Drive Club, or be able to hit world famous circuits in Forza, The Crew brings some well needed arcade intensity to the next gen, with some heavy social interaction. The Crew is being released on Xbox One, PS4 and PC in early 2014. And as always, thank you so much for watching. If you like and comment, that really helps us out a lot. We're rapidly approaching 200 subscribers, and when that happens, we've got a little secret for all of you, so be sure to subscribe and get us there as soon as possible. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.